All right, we'll continue this morning. The Glencoe Yellowjackets, Coach Brian Allred, starting his fourth season as a head man for the Yellowjackets. And, Coach, thanks for being here this morning with your guys. And if you'll introduce the players you have with you this morning and give us an outlook for the Yellowjackets here in 2021.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Appreciate you guys having this for us. Introduce my guys over here to my right. You've got Garrett Gaskin. He's a junior. He plays inside linebacker for us. He also plays fullback. We've repped him a little bit at defensive end some this year or during spring. And then you've got a junior, Nolan Fairley. He's a quarterback. He'll be coming back, 2-year starter for us. Hadn't played much defense in the past, but he's going to probably get a little bit of get some reps on defense for us coming up this year. And then we've got Hunter Hanners. He'll be a senior. He's a running back and strong safety. Hunter didn't get to play last year, or he was there, but he battled injury, a couple different injuries all year. Had a hip flexor, and then came back. And then as soon as he came back, had a high ankle sprain. Got to play for about a half of one game, so we'll be a big addition getting him back. And then last over there, you've got senior Hayden Smith. He's a receiver and defensive back for us. He's a 2-year starter coming back for us. So really excited to have these guys here with us today. Overall, had a really good summer. Got, I think, 58 guys out. That's the most that we've had since I've been here. Had a good spring. This is the strongest team I feel like we've had. These guys have really bought in and worked their tails off in the weight room, worked their tails off this summer. I feel like as far as team chemistry, this has been the best chemistry that we've had on a football team since I've been here at Glencoe, especially within in the last couple months. These guys has really come together. They're hungry to win. They have obviously been through some struggles over the last several years. They're hungry. The community's hungry. The community hasn't lost support, or these guys hadn't lost the support of the community. The biggest thing that I feel like we have the talent to win. But we've talked as coaches and we talk to these guys all the time. They have to realize that they do belong. They have to stop expecting things to go bad. I feel like at times they look for something to go bad. It's been so rough for them over the last couple of years that they, when things are going good, it's like I feel like they're looking over their shoulder just waiting for something to go bad. And that's one thing that we have really focused on since January and really preached to them. I feel like if we can get over that hurdle, then we'll be able to have a successful season this year.
Coach, let's talk about that region a little bit. That is unbelievably difficult. And talk to me about the challenges that region imposes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, obviously I feel like it's one of the toughest regions in 3A football year in and year out. You see a lot of teams matching back up in the quarterfinal round. So it's, obviously you've got Piedmont and Sachs. I think just from a paper standpoint, they're probably the teams to beat in our region this year. But we all know you don't play the game on paper. Then of course you've got Wellborn. Wellborn lost a lot last year. They had a very good team, but a lot of those guys were seniors. We expect them to as always be a good physical hard-nosed football team. And then you've got Hoax Bluff. They're always sound in what they do. So it's tough from top to bottom. You have to be prepared week in and week out. There are no off weeks in this region. It's like I said, I think 3A wise, it's the toughest region there is. And when you've got Piedmont, a 3A team beating a 7A team in the regular season, I think that says a lot for our region. So it's tough for sure.
My question will be for the players. Guys, what does it mean to you for Coach Allred to bring you to Media Day today? We'll start over here on the left, and if you guys just answer the question, please.
Well, it's a big honor, because he looks up to us and he expects us to lead and show people what to do the right way, and he knows we're hard workers.
Really just showing the leadership, everybody, a bunch of these guys like us four, and we have a bunch of other guys trying to take lead and lead by example, I guess. And
Man, this is my first media day here. Last year, like you said, I went through a lot of injuries, didn't get to play a lot. So I'm happy that he has trust in me this year to actually do something on the field, play a few games, maybe more than a few. So, yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah, it means a lot. We've been working real hard, trying to be a better team.
Coach, you played in the spring, right? Mm-hmm. So you won't get a jamboree in the fall. So you start next week. Is that the way this?
No, we're playing a jamboree
with Sardis.
Yes,
okay.
With Sardis.
Mm-hmm. I guess I was kind of confused with those that played a jamboree in the spring if they could actually play one in the fall. So you're getting to play, and you'll play Sardis, I guess. Is that on the 20th in week 0?
Yes, that's correct. That's week 0. So what it was, if you didn't do a spring, you was able to start regular practice this week, and able to get an extra jamboree in. But we chose to go ahead and do spring. So we'll host Sardis in a jamboree, which week 0, and then we'll open up the regular season with Randolph at home.
Other questions, guys?
Coach, we've definitely gotten to know some of these guys when we bring them in on Monday nights to the preview show, and their mentality. Last year, I know it was a tough season, but those guys kept fighting hard and kept doing the right things. Talk about the mentality of the team, overall team, going into this year as opposed to last year.
Oh yeah, I think it's night and day difference. Like I said, I feel like this is the best team chemistry that we've had. I feel like we're stronger than we've ever been in my previous 3 years here at Glencoe. Our biggest thing is if we can stay healthy, I feel like we'll be able to, to have a chance to win some ball games. Our biggest thing is we ended the season last year with 13, legit injuries that, whether it be torn ACL, broke leg, high ankle sprain. Garrett Gaskin, he started at running back and inside linebacker for us. In the last 2 games, we just had to throw him in at offensive line because we were so thin there. We ended up finishing the year with on the O-line starting a senior who hadn't played in a couple years and starting an 8th grader. So that's injuries have been a big part of unfortunately of where we suffered last year. But as far as coming in this year, I feel like the guys they're hungry. They want to win, but they just have to believe that they can win. And if they can believe a little bit, I feel like you'll see things turn around for us.
Coach, when we talked this summer, I know you've really mentioned just the guys up front. You just mentioned getting stronger. Just how huge is that, especially in the region y'all are in, where it's just so much Math football?
Yeah, absolutely, it is. I think from the outside looking in, people, always look and talk about your skill guys, and yes, they're a huge part, absolutely. But if you're not good up front on the O line and D line, then you're probably going to struggle overall. And I feel like that's one area that we have really, really worked on since January is up front on the O-line. During the spring, we were able to move some guys around in the spring game. Played West End and who else did we play? Sandrock, yeah, West End, Sandrock. We did some good things from 20 to 20, but then it's like I said, we would look, always looking over our shoulder, looking for something to go wrong. So that's a mentality that we have to get out of. But we are a lot bigger up front. and a lot stronger up front this year than what we have been. So, I feel like if we can develop that's been a big question mark. If we can, continue to develop that, then we'll be able to have a good year. We feel like.
Any other questions this morning for Coach Allred? Okay, Reggie.
Coach, you talked about the support of the community of Glencoe. How important is that for you and your guys having that support? Because I live pretty much in Glencoe, and I see how the businesses out there support you guys. It's Go Jackets everywhere you go in Glencoe.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very important. That's the thing with Glencoe. It's a small community, and they're going to support their athletics, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, softball. It don't matter. But there's nothing like Friday Night Lights, and they're going to be there and show up and support these guys, whether you're 10-0 or 0-10. Obviously, they'd much rather you be 10-0, but they're going to show up and support these guys. Like I said, we've had a lot of people trying to help this program with getting us some facility upgrades, getting some coaches in. So it's been a very good thing to see the community still supporting these guys and these coaches in this school.
Coach, thanks for coming this morning. Good luck this year for the Glencoe Yellowjackets. I think you said Sardis in a jamboree, then open up at home with Randolph out of Huntsville.
At home with Randolph out of Huntsville. Yes,
All right.
sir.
Thanks a lot. Good luck, guys.
All
We
right.
appreciate you coming out this
Appreciate it.
morning.